Ndị be anyị ekene m unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị sịkwa nke echikwara ya zelu. Daalụ niile na ụmụ Chineke, ụmụ ife ka unu si wee na-esonyere anyị n'ife anyị na-eme n'iru akwụkwọ. Anyị sịrị unu ga-adị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu aka ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Dịka o si dị, tata bụ ụbọchị ọnwa nke Septemba nke 2023. Tata bụ abalị 27 nke ọnwa Septemba. Dịka o si dị, anyị wetara nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa. Ya bụ international media. Gee ntị ya n'ife a na-ekwu. Ife njiti ya ife a bụ na anyị kwere unu nkwa na anyị ga-ewetara unu ozi ọbụla na-ekwu okwu gbasara maka ihe na-eme na eastern part of Nigeria and Biafra. Nkwa ekwere unu ka unu na-anụ the update. Anyị ga-ewetara unu ya na Eastern News. This is international media. Gee ntị ka ihe ya nwere ike ikwu gbasara maka ihe a na-akpọ insecurity nke dị na eastern part and ife a nwere ike ime ka ọ wee dị mma. Alright, ị ga-esi ya bụ ife drop right comment gị on the comment section below. Echefuna na ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-ewetara unu nnukwu ozi ya dị oke mkpa. Alright, ndị be daalụ unu. Over to you.
Okay, I was thinking he would say, I will go to the forest, the creeks, wherever these guys are hiding, that she will go there. That's what I was expecting to hear. But why are you going to Finland? Who is in Finland? Simon Ekpa? Okay. I don't know why you all are laughing this morning. I'm just trying to bring the conversation to the fore. But here is the thing for me. Yeah? Good move. I don't know why he's using the word kinetic, but good move, by the way, to ensure that those who are involved are thoroughly, you have conversation with them and bring it to the fore that this is what they should be and all of that. Yeah. Now, this is very critical, and I'll quickly tell you why. When you look at the indices of the killings and the nature of these killings, yes, I don't even know why he's saying it diminishes him. I think it diminishes the Southeast. It diminishes the Southeast because it makes no sense. For instance, why are you killing military officers? They are not the government that you're fighting with, whom you feel that may have marginalized you or may have offended you. They are not. So why? Because those are human beings under authority like you. They are just doing their job. Now, if you have all of this power, why are you killing them? Why don't you just escape? Because you just killed let's say you say you're fighting for a just cause, but you just killed another person unjustly, yes, who has children too, who will also come up one day. Maybe they will have to kill your own children. Who knows what is going to happen? So totally, I think that beyond what Ifinya Iwanya was saying, there is need for the Southeast to come to the center of the discussion on national issues. I do not think that at this point, Southeast should still be a regional conversation. Southeast security, particularly, shouldn't just be a regional conversation like it is a Southeast thing. I think that there is need for these people, this conversation to be heard in such a way that it becomes a conversation that everybody will be interested in. What exactly are the grievances of these guys? We have had some guests say, oh, give them amnesty, offer them. But again, it's not when you know what their problem is, that's when you begin to talk about giving them amnesty. Yes. So right now, we don't even know what exactly they're asking for. We don't know where to start from, but the conversation has started somewhere. But again, if Chifiwanya will say he wants to seek for peace, that's fine. But I also think that the peace he's talking about should start from going to the stakeholders at different Igbo communities, meet the chiefs, the kings, the leaders of each of these communities, make it a project, go and hear from them one after the other. There are 5 states. If you cannot do it just by being the President General of Ohanese Ndibo, you have stakeholders in the group. Send people out, divide yourself, have a program plan. Go out there, go to the community. Look at what is going on in Anambra State, for instance. Ask pertinent questions. Make it a 1-month project. This person, or you can even say, okay, make it a 6-month project. In this month, what we're doing in the first quarter of 2024, you could say, okay, or what Ohanese's project is Southeast in 2024. The first 6 months will be first month to January in Anambra State. Yes. We want to have conversation with the stakeholders to find out what their issues are. You document all of this. Yeah. Then you go to maybe Ebonyi State, you do the same thing. You go to Enugu State, you do the same thing. You come down to Abia State, you do the same thing. You come down to Imo State, you do the same thing. And other area, maybe parts with the rivers and all of these places where these guys may be operating, figure out what the problem is. Now, when you have a document that shows that proper survey has been carried out, the research has been carried out to show these are the issues here, this is why you cannot make better sense of all of this. Speaking of this from the top, in absentia, it's you know, even if you lay down your life, sir, and they kill you today, I do not see how that is going to translate to making the Southeast what the Southeast is supposed to be, because it was not going to solve the problem. So I honestly think that they should have a program plan to say, this is the projects we have. First month of January 2024, for instance, we're going to Anambra State, and this is the agenda. By the time, even if you don't meet the unknown gunmen, so to say, by the time you meet with community leaders at the grassroots, look at the story we discussed yesterday about the couple who was killed,
Yes.
claiming the claims that they are IPOP commanders. Now their children are on the run, not being able, teenage kids not being able to go to school. Nobody knows how that is going to end. Every penny we had in their father's account was wiped off. So, these are like very sorrowful, deeply saddening situations. So when you get into Anambra State, it's okay. Have meetings with the key stakeholders, not even the governor, for instance. When you're done with Anambra State, have a communique on what was resolved and all of that, send to the governor, go to other states, figure out first and foremost what are these issues. Then you can collate all of this, take it to the central, so to the government of the Nigeria, into the presidency and to the National Assembly, and say, okay, this is what we have found out as the core issues. Don't assume you know, because sometimes they cannot talk about marginalization. There may be other root causes that are yet to be unraveled.
Yes.
So don't assume you go to some of these places, figure out what can be done, gather all of this and bring it to the center. Then conversation on what can be done can resume. I mean, every other region can also decide to do that. The South can decide to do that. I believe that we've come to the point where, because when you talk about insecurity, you saw what happened in Ahoda East.
Yes.
How do you kill a man, cuts off his private party's head, mock him and make a video? Audacity. Up till now, they've not been able to find those guys. How did a gang for 13 years take over a community in a local government and nobody did anything about that? That's because this one is happening in Rivers State.
Yes.
And there are other pockets of similar things in Rivers State and other parts of the South. So honestly, let's make it a Nigerian project. Why they are doing, the Ohanese is doing this one. This or another group can come up. Arawa can do this. Odua can do this. Let's even have a template on what exactly our problems might be. Bring it to so when you now talk about national conference, for instance, we now have what we are talking about. So everyone is the turn for every region to present the key factors that may have caused underdevelopment for the people and the region. You have specifics that you're dealing with. Now, a government of the day can now look at, okay, Odua people can say, okay, this is what our problems are. Arawa can come up with theirs and the middle belt and what have you done. Everybody, there's an agenda. Now, a government now knows, okay, Southeast, what they need is to develop maybe commerce, build a commerce hub, or do whatever it takes, get the seaports working, at least their agenda.
Yes.
Even in 100 years' time, anyone who comes into power knows that this is what these people are asking for. So if we're going to be one Nigeria, say this is it for us. Now, there is an understanding. While we're waiting for the government, the traditional institutions can begin to talk to their people. It's okay. There is this, let's give them time and all of that. And then if there is a fight, everybody, even if a child that was born today who ends up being a president tomorrow, have an idea. This is what these people were asking for.
Yes.
It hasn't been attended. But right now, everything is being done haphazardly on the periphery. You're going to lay down your life. If you lay down your life, how is it going to solve the problem? But I'll leave that to you.
Okay. Dr. Emmanuel Iwayan is a man who has a standing, impeccable pedigree when it comes to how far he has achieved in the government space and in politics as well. So, usually we believe that when there is conflict or when people have misunderstandings, there are certain people that when they come to that corridor of misunderstandings, there is tendency that there will be peace. So seeing it in that light, Iwayan is trying to come up now. He's trying to make himself available as much as he can to help convince these people. Okay, you can never tell. They could just see that he is coming out to really reason with them. Okay, and this whole unrest, this whole problem will be solved. So looking at his message, he is the president of Ohanes and Digwa, and he was just celebrated. He just celebrated his 81st birthday. So this is just all of what he's trying to offer now, and I want to believe that he should be able to do something different. In due time, we would hear something very commendable.
ndị be anyị daalụ nne ụmụ Chineke ka unu si wee na-esoro anyị n'ife anyị na-eme n'elu akwụkwọ. Unu anụgo ka ya bụ ife si wee gaa, ama m na unu gere ya bụ ife ọfụma. Nke dị ka ibe ya bụ a sị na o were ife mere ede ji wee ebe nwee, yes, o were ife mere ife ji eme, akwụ na aghọta, and ife a mere ife ji eme bụ ife kwesịrị na-ele anya. Ọ dị mkpa, ọ ife ekwesịrị na-ele anya n'ihe niile ọ bụla na-emegodo, ekwesịrị na-ele data na-emele ife ji eme. Unu nụrụ ihe ndị a kwuru, fa kwuru uche ya ahụ, they set their mind, akwụghọta ife nwere ike ime ka udo wee dị. Mana ngwa abụzi onye ọma na-ege ntị ka ife iwere ikwu gbasịta maka ifefa kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ anụnwa igelụ. Daalụ nne ka isi na-esonyere anyị. Ife a bụkwa Eastern News 24 ka anyị si wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ ozi dị oke mkpa. Daalụ na ụmụnne m, ngwanụ ka emesịanụ.